Okay, so this tutorial is going to go through essentially pushing your web space up onto the Dropbox folder that you've generated as a public folder here. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we've set up a redirect file in the materials. If you open up the materials that are available online, you can download this. We can go ahead and pull this redirect file out. Hopefully you can follow some of the online tutorials that are set up so that you guys can go ahead and get some of the other materials, like setting up and linking Dropbox and installing that. I assume that you guys can figure that out on your own. And there's plenty of documentation online for that. So we have our Dropbox folder, public, that we've set up online, right? And then we have our assignments here that we've downloaded here. And I have gone ahead and done you the favor of setting up essentially a generic website with things that you're going to change in and out. You got to be careful with this. You want to make sure you Control-C and paste this so you don't accidentally move your website over, and so that way you have it backed up somewhere on the actual hard drive of your machine. And so now you can see all the things I've uploaded, and if we look at here, we can see that this is also uploaded. Something to note in here, you'll see that there's a graphic that I've developed in here. Dreamweaver is not an image editing software, so if you need to add any graphics to your websites, you need to develop those in Photoshop or some other photo editing software. And then you want to save those as JPEGs or as graphics, and then you can import them using some of the other methodologies that we talked about in some of the other tutorials here. Okay, and so what we can do in here now is, if we right click on this and we want to get a copy to the public link. Now what this is this is really important. We're going to need this as we set up some of our redirect files so that we know exactly how our website's going to be set up. So this link we're going to take and we're going to copy. Okay, or we just copy to the clipboard, and that's going to be the link that we're actually going to program into our redirect file that's going to sit in our ksu.edu server. Okay, and so now I'm going to go ahead and pull up. I already have this logged in and ready to go, so you can see I'm logged in DH1 on the Unix. So we're going to go into the HTML here, and I've already cleared this out, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to go ahead and, instead of opening this up in Dreamweaver and doing that, which you can do, we can also open that up with Paint, or sorry, not Paint, but Notepad or any of those guys. So I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and start up Notepad. I'm just going to try and show you guys a variety of different ways of accomplishing different tasks. So we can go in and we go through our documents. We can go into our website folder, and we're going to go ahead and select all files here. And scroll down. We get our redirect file opened up. And this is right here, right now I have it set up to link to essentially to the website that's hosting all the tutorials and everything, but we just want to basically hit Control-V and paste in our new link. And so what this will do is this will automatically set it up so that it's going to redirect. And I've gone through and basically done all the HTML coding ahead of time for you. So this will load up. As soon as this loads into the document, it'll automatically redirect it to the Dropbox site. Alright, and so we need to hit Control-Save. Close that down. Okay, and make sure that we're actually in the right folder here. And then we can take this IAPD website, and we have our redirect file. Okay, go ahead and push that off. Hit Copy. Alright, and so we need to select this, and obviously this isn't automatically going to be detected, so we need to do we need to right click and rename it. So we need to call this index. And then we also need to adjust the properties so that this will be acknowledged as a readable file according to the server. So hit OK. All right, and now that's set up to automatically redirect to our Dropbox site, and we should be good to go. So I'll go ahead and minimize that. And now what we can do is, if we go to our personal, it should automatically redirect. And then, excuse me. All right, now this is actually loaded up, you can see that I've set up a dummy website here. Hopefully you are a little bit more intentional and thoughtful in your design, but essentially you can get everywhere with this. And all of these guys are set up in here. And as we get more into the assignments, you'll receive more assignment information and content with that. But you can also see that the assignment 1 guy is set up, so you guys can start to plug in content with that. And that way we're not limited on what we can use through the KSU website, since essentially that's set up to only be viewed once per day if you have any image content whatsoever. Okay. And then if we move back over here, the nice thing about this is if you look at as you guys go in and look at these files, you can see that there's parameters for each one of these guys. The small U tag is 150 by 150 pixels. When you want to change that out, essentially what you're going to do is you're just going to take an image of you that's 150 pixels by 150 pixels and name it U and delete the one I've supplied. And the same with the U large. And same with the project 1, image 1, project 1, image 2 files. You're going to also do that as well. Paying attention to what the graphic size is. And then when you actually have to set up large links, as is discussed in one of the other tutorials, you're going to want to make sure you pay attention to that so that you can make sure that as you dump files and you're adhering to the image names and titles and links so that everything is actually going to link up. And when you actually are reviewing this and going through your website, that's what you're going to want to check for, making sure that your source codes are linked up properly, because that's the most common reason for that stuff not actually attaching. Okay?